Welcome back to CryptosRus. I am George. We're all George. Some very interesting things to talk about, especially what will reignite the Bitcoin bull run. There are a lot of things in our government that are head scratcher that no one ever thinks about until now. So there's a US senator that tweeted out at Elon asking him to audit for Knox. You would figure like something official like a gold vault would be audited, right? Like, I guess the thought behind it is it's so secure that there can't be any way that gold is stolen or there's counterfeit gold or something, right? But apparently, no one has audited or checked the gold for like 50 years. I don't know if that's true. But there are just some things that are head scratcher. You figure like every year they should at least send a person in there to kind of like look at things, make sure the gold is there, make sure the pile's not getting smaller. Someone internally is not like scratching a bar of gold away. I don't know. Something. Because as ludicrous as it sounds, it happens. Here, look at this. The Reserve Bank of Australia confirms fake gold bars at a Bank of England. So you think that something like that doesn't happen. Like there can't possibly be fake gold bars in banks or in bank vaults. It happens all the time. So that's why you do need to audit it, right? Like it's kind of like, it's kind of one of those things you never think about. But it got Elon thinking like, why has no one done this? And he's probably gonna go there. I mean, he's auditing things that haven't been audited forever. For example, he was just at the IRS. When was the last time the IRS got audited? Like, that's a serious concern. Like, who audited the IRS? The IRS is the top auditor of the country, but who audits the IRS? You think Congress audits the IRS? I don't think so. So, I mean, this Doge initiative, a lot of people complain about, cutting out USAID and Department of Education and getting access to US Treasury. I get the concerns. But like, there are some legitimate stuff like auditing the IRS to make sure that money's not being wasted, making sure gold bars are actually legit. Like, someone needs to do this. But going back to the point, Bitcoin fixes this. You don't need to audit Bitcoin. There's no fake Bitcoin on the blockchain, okay? There's fake coins. There's a lot of fake coins, but they're not Bitcoin. If you have a Bitcoin that's on the Bitcoin network, it's real. You don't need to audit it. You don't need to verify. You don't need to shave off a little bit and test it. It's legit. That's one of the main things, the great things about Bitcoin, right? So yeah, I just find that to be very funny. I mean, it's not even funny. It's just like one of those head scratchers, just something that you just never think about ever, right? Until it comes up. And then it just makes you wonder like what the hell has been happening all this time? But yeah, this proves a point why Bitcoin is better. It's a better form of gold. It's digital gold, and this is not something you need to worry about. And if you want to transfer $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, or even $1 trillion worth of Bitcoin, you could do so instantly across the world without anyone stopping you or questioning you. Imagine if you tried to transfer $1 billion worth of gold bars. Let's say you had $1 billion worth of gold bars. Imagine trying to transfer that. How much manpower security, and then the questions that you would get from authorities from your country to the country that it's going to. Just take a second and think about that. It's basically impossible unless you're a state nation. Like an individual, I don't think that could even be done to transfer $1 billion worth of gold bars. Anyways. That's why there are so many that say, hey, let's just get rid of gold. Okay, we don't need gold anymore. All these countries, including the US, we have way too much gold. Let's sell some gold. Okay, we don't need so much gold. Let's sell some gold and buy some Bitcoin. Let's get that Bitcoin strategic reserve going. We know Bitcoin is better. Okay, or maybe you don't think it's better, but it's smart to hedge against gold by having a little bit of Bitcoin. Just sell a little bit of gold and buy Bitcoin. And that would mean a lot. That would mean absolutely a lot. I don't know how much gold we have. We have trillions of dollars worth of gold, I'm sure. Trillions of trillions. Every nation, not every nation, the top nations have trillions and trillions of dollars worth of gold. Just selling a little bit of that could make a huge difference. Huge difference for Bitcoin. Okay. Moving on. On Friday, we did have a reversal for Bitcoin with the ETFs. So we had 4 straight outflow days. We have 1 inflow. So that's good. So we'll see if this week reverses. Although this week it may be a little volatile because of some of the economic events that's happening. But long term, based on what I've just been saying and what I've been saying all along, people that tend to panic sell, that fall for a FUD, they will regret it eventually and come back and buy at a higher price. They will regret it either immediately when the price recovers, or they will regret it long term and realize, well, I should have never gotten rid of the best asset there is. It's going to happen. So if you're a long-term believer, why would you just not stay in the game and not fall for the FUD? So it's really that easy. It's really that easy. Now, there are many signs, right, that reinforces this. You don't have to take my word for it. Just look at what's happening, okay? Even though the price action short-term, non-existent right now, okay, we're stuck between this 96, 98,000. We kind of hovering between here for Bitcoin at least, right? But just pay attention to what's going on. Metaplanet, which is like a smaller version of Strategy from Japan, continues to purchase, okay, 269 Bitcoin. Not the biggest purchase, but still in the tens of millions now, right? When they started, it was in the single digits. Now, their purchases are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? But there are many that are purchasing a lot more. Millennium Management declares they have $2.6 billion in Bitcoin ETF holdings and $182 million in Ethereum holdings. Okay. Why do these guys, they're a huge hedge fund, why do these guys hold over $1 billion, $2 billion in Bitcoin ETFs? Do you think they care about the short-term volatility when they're holding billions? Probably not. Probably not, because they see the bigger picture